Hello, this is Mickey and this is the Wallflower Connection. I'm quite excited to let you know that it's all been good. Everything has been great. It's amazing. My condition is somewhat progressing, although there are still times that I get some triggers, but in general, it's all good. So I'm thankful for that. Um, how I was able to create awareness during the mental health day. It was just a simple act. I was able to post on my social media on Facebook some samples of my journal entries about my suicide attempts, my suicide thoughts when I was in Bacolod. Which actually that wasn't the only suicide thoughts, suicide attempts that I wrote about. Well, I didn't write about certain things regarding those instances, but I just let things pass because these were terrible. I just want to briefly tell my story about my own suicide thoughts. Apart from that, these are suicide thoughts, but this one is a suicide attempt. I know it's quite scary when you say suicide. It's really scary, but I just want to tell you how this changed my life. Although I did attempt to take my life, but right after that, I promised myself that I would never do that again. Despite these negative thoughts that threaten me and go do it again, just leave this world. But it never happened. It just stayed in my mind. I would never do it again. I would never take my life again. So this happened when I stopped my fine arts in Bacolod, and I was just, I was having this depressed state, and I was in my room for a longer period of time. Even my papa would forcefully open the door because I wouldn't want to get out. And the only thing that I could get out of the room was to eat and then get back again and eat, and that's it. So I was just lying on my bed, and there's this small bottle of whiskey, which I didn't know who put it there and how long was it there on the shelf, and whether it's drinkable or not. I don't know if it's already expired or not. But when I was lying on my bed, I was staring at it intently, and while I was staring at that bottle, I thought to myself, if I drink that bottle, if I drink that whiskey, what would happen to me? Would I die? So that's the first question that entered my mind. Actually, it wasn't a question. It's actually a statement. And while I was looking at that, when I drink that bottle, I am going to die. And so, I had my attempt to, I really drank that, but it was not an attempt, but it was really an act, which I never had second doubt. So I got up of the bed and grabbed that little bottle of whiskey of alcoholic drink and drank. I actually finished drinking that whole bottle. And there had no effect actually, but minutes later when I had to drink water, I felt very heavy. I felt something like my whole body I was just carrying the whole world with me. As I was getting out of my room, my eyes were half closed, and then I would see my aunts and everyone just talking outside, and I just have to pass and to drink water. And then as I held this cup and I had to put water on it, there I suddenly I fell on the ground. I felt unconscious, and I never knew what happened then. I kept hearing voices telling me if I was okay. I kept hearing them. I was conscious, but I couldn't move. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was stuck in this coffin-like situation where I hear people, and yet I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. So I remember I smelled something as like spirit of ammonia, and my consciousness slowly returned. And I was really scared. It was really scary. I thought I was gonna die. Oh, wow. That was the first time that I felt unconscious ever in my entire life. And God, I would never do it again. So I promised myself if I would do it again, I just really didn't know what to do. I was worried about myself. I worried about people. I worried about what people would say about me doing that. So everything was so worried. And I remember right after that incident, they sent me to Manila to have a new environment, a different kind of environment to help me get over with my depression. And during that time, I never sought help because for a longer period of time, I was struck with that condition already, and yet I did nothing. And I really thought it was normal. People around me thought it was just, you're just sad, you're experiencing something, and you'll be alright. And I never knew that during that time, I was really battling with that very strong enemy, which until now I'm struggling against it. So that was my first suicide attempt. And even though there are a few of these attempts that wasn't quite very happy, but it was still an attempt. The thoughts still clouded inside my head, and it was really scary. So right now, what am I going to say to those people? I mean, you cannot judge. I would say that you cannot judge people on how they cope up with their own lives. They cope with their own lives, but there are so many ways to get over with the situation. And you never know how, because depression really is a silent killer. It's really a work of evil. And when it attacks, you really don't know what to do. So I couldn't judge people who take their own lives, because depression really isn't evil. Depression is something that you really have to struggle with your own strength, with all your force, to just let all those demons get away inside your head. So that's what I was struggling with every day. And you just have to admire people who really go through that same thing, and yet they are still alive. And I am still alive, and I'm very strong. And I am happy that my spiritual foundation is just so strong that whenever depression attacks, I could handle them. That taking my own life is this is it, and I have still a lot of things to talk about regarding mental health issues. And I'm just saying about this coming from my own experience, but later on, it will become an advocacy, and I am happy that a lot of people are opening up. A lot of people, my friends, are doing their own thing to share about mental health conditions. And I really admire these posts, and I keep on sharing that as well. So mental health matters. You just have to listen. It's not the time to ignore people. It's not a time to give advices that could complicate things, that could confuse those people who are experiencing depression. And you really need a helping hand. You really need someone to listen to. You really need to spare time. You really need to take an effort to listen to people. You know, depression is invisible. You do not know when or who is experiencing depression. So you have to be kind. You have to listen to people, whether they're experiencing depression or not. You just have to be indiscriminating about those whom you want to help or you want to help. And I guess that's what matters. You just have to listen. You just have to reach out. You don't have to give advice. You just have to listen, and that's what's important. That's what's the important thing. It's important, it really is. So that's about it, and thank you for listening, and thank you for keeping this issue alive, and somehow in the near future we get to have a lot of people talking about this, helping helping someone who we know are experiencing depression, this mental health condition. So I guess I'll see you guys around, and thank you very much for listening. Hello, this is Mickey, and this is the Wallflower Connection. I'm quite excited to let you know that it's all been good. Everything has been great. It's amazing. My condition is somewhat progressing, although there are still times that I get some triggers, but in general, it's all good. So I'm thankful for that. How I was able to create awareness during the mental health day, it was just a simple act. I was able to post on my social media on Facebook some samples of my journal entries about my suicide attempts, my suicide thoughts when I was in Bacolod, which actually that wasn't the only suicide thoughts, suicide attempts that I wrote about. Well, I didn't write about certain things regarding those instances, but I just let things pass because these were terrible. I just want to briefly tell my story about my own suicide thoughts. Apart from that, these are suicide thoughts, but this one is a suicide attempt. I know it's quite scary when you say suicide. It's really scary, but I just want to tell you how this changed my life. Although I did attempt to take my life, but right after that, I promised myself that I would never do that again. Despite these negative thoughts that threaten me and go do it again, just leave this world. But it never happened. It just stayed in my mind. I would never do it again. I would never take my life again. So this happened when I stopped my fine arts in Bacolod, and I was just, I was having this depressed state, and I was in my room for a longer period of time. Even my papa would forcefully open the door because I wouldn't want to get out. And the only thing that I could get out of the room was to pee and then get back again and eat, and that's it. So I was just lying on my bed, and there's this small bottle of whiskey, which I don't know who put it there and how long was it there on the shelf, and whether it's drinkable or not. I don't know if it's already expired or not. But when I was lying on my bed, I was staring at it intently, and while I was staring at that bottle, I thought to myself, if I drink that bottle, if I drink that whiskey, what would happen to me? Would I die? So that's the first question that entered my mind. Actually, it wasn't a question. It's actually a statement. And while I was looking at that, when I drink that bottle, I am going to die. And so, I had my attempt to, I really drank that, but it was not an attempt, but it was really an act, which I never had second doubt. So I get up of the bed and grabbed a little bottle of whiskey of alcoholic drink and drank. I actually finished drinking that whole bottle. And there had no effect actually, but minutes later when I had to drink water, I felt very heavy. I felt something like my whole body was just, I was just carrying the whole world with me. As I was getting out of my room, my eyes were half closed, and then I would see my aunts and everyone just talking outside, and I just have to pass and to drink water. And then as I held this cup and I had to put water on it, there I suddenly I fell on the ground. I felt unconscious, and I never knew what happened then. I kept hearing voices telling me if I was okay. I kept hearing them. I was conscious, but I couldn't move. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was stuck on this coffin-like situation where I hear people and yet I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. So I remember I smelled something that's like a spirit of ammonia, and my consciousness slowly returned. And I was really scared. It was really scary. I thought I was gonna die. Wow. That was the first time that I felt unconscious ever in my entire life. And God, I would never do it again. So I promised myself if I would do it again, I just really didn't know what to do. I was worried about myself. I worried about people. I worried about what people would say about me doing that. So everything was so worried. And I remember right after that incident, they sent me to Manila to have an environment, a different kind of environment to help me get over with my depression. And during that time, I never sought help because for a longer period of time, I was struck with that condition already, and yet I did nothing. And I really thought it was normal. People around me thought it was just, you're just sad, you're experiencing something, and you'll be alright. And I never knew that during that time, I was really battling with that very strong enemy, which until now I'm struggling against it. So that was my first suicide attempt. And even though there are a few of these attempts that wasn't quite very happy, but it was still the thoughts still cloud inside my head. And it was really scary. So right now, what am I going to say to those people? I mean, you cannot judge. I would say that you cannot judge people how they cope up with their own lives. They cope with their own lives, but there are so many ways to get over with the situation. And you never know how, because depression really is a silent killer. It's really a work of evil. And when it attacks, you really don't know what to do. So I couldn't judge people who take their own lives, because depression really isn't evil. Depression is something that you really have to struggle with your own strength, with all your force, to just let all those demons get away inside your head. So that's what I'm struggling with every day. And you just have to admire people who really go through that same thing and yet they are still alive. And I am still alive and I'm very strong. And I am happy that my spiritual foundation is just so strong that whenever depression attacks, I could handle them. That taking my own life is this is it, and I have still a lot of things to talk about regarding mental health issues. And I'm just saying about this coming from my own experience, but later on, it will become an advocacy, and I am happy that a lot of people are opening up. A lot of people, my friends, are doing their own thing to share about mental health conditions, and I really admire reading these posts, and I keep on sharing that as well. So, yeah, mental health matters. You just have to listen. It's not the time to ignore people. It's not a time to give advices that could complicate things, that could confuse those people who are experiencing depression. And really, you really need a helping hand. You really need someone to listen to. You really need to spare time. You really need to take an effort to listen to people. Depression is invisible. You do not know when or who is experiencing depression. So you have to be kind. You have to listen to people, whether they're experiencing depression or not. You just have to be indiscriminating about those who you want to help or you want to help. And I guess that's what matters. You just have to listen. You just have to reach out. You don't have to give advice. You just have to listen, and that's what's important. That's what's the important thing. It's important, it really is. So that's about it, and thank you for listening, and thank you for keeping this issue alive. And somehow, in the near future, we get to have a lot of people talking about this, helping helping someone who we know are experiencing depression, this mental health condition. So I guess I'll see you guys around, and thank you very much for